All right, let's do a brief audio visual check. How's everybody doing? How are you, Baron? How's everything on
I'm
your end?
doing I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I already hit DLL, so just
Already hit. You have a tight DLL though. What were you
yeah.
looking at and what were you doing? Let's make sure I
Well,
got
okay.
your
I
charts.
I longed off open. I was up about 30 points. Should have probably closed it. I was using 5 minis, which is just like, why am I using 5 minis with $1,000 DLL?
Yeah,
Couldn't be tell you.
that's not a lot of room using. That's what 10
Yeah,
points.
but
10 points.
I didn't see any. Okay, I started with two. And
Okay,
then I
that's
added
enough.
three. I added three more once I was in profit. So I never saw any drawdown. I think the most I saw was like $100 a drawdown.
Okay,
I was up 30 points. I should have just closed it, and I brought my stop up, got stopped out, and then I re-entered. Just
you were up 30
it's
points
yeah,
on 5 minis.
yeah.
Oh man. Oh
I know.
man.
Tell me about it. Just me
Oh,
being
that's a
stupid.
yeah, that's a tough one. Let me make sure I get the top step risk disclosure in here. Give me just a second. Let's
I just
see.
bashed my foot on my fucking office chair, and I want to scream pretty badly.
Get pissed off, man.
No, I accidentally just like bang my office chair's got like metal feet on it. I just rammed my ankle into the back of it.
Oh, oh, man, man. Let me. Oh man, it's
Someone's
been a
saying
long.
my mic is cooked on stream.
Your mic cooked on stream.
My mic's cooked.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I don't know, chat. The audio sounds good to me. I don't know what everyone else is. I'm trying to find that risk disclosure. Give me a second. Someone says, yeah, it is. Echo, echo. All right, let me turn it down just a little bit. Okay, how's that? How's that, chat?
Is it better? Do you want me to type on my keyboard? See
Yeah,
if that fixes it.
yeah, echo on that one. Okay, should be good now. Should be good. In the YouTube chat, there's that top step risk disclosure. This is for educational purposes only. It's not a signals class. It's not financial advice. Let's get to it. This market just keeps going higher, and it's not stopping. I'm going to do a quick rapid fire, and then you could throw in everything that you want to. Looking at this market, looking at this future contracts, this is daily. We know it's at all-time highs. There's a difference between spot and yes contracts in the futures. They roll over, so it is at all-time highs. However, I'm curious to see how we react around this level. In the previous contract on February 14th, there was a lot of resistance here at this 22,600 to 22,700 level. So is this going to be like maybe some profit taking here? I don't know. Like I said, it's a new contract, all-time highs. Nvidia's hitting all-time highs. Markets at all-time highs. ES is what? Not very far from all-time highs.
I think
And
ES is like 30 points off all time highs or something like that. It's right there.
yeah. And now here's the question. This is the question we always get to when we start doing this in the market. Are we overextended? How high can we get? And where can we find a trade at in this market? On the hourly chart, you can see it too. You just get this. This is the worst feeling ever as a trader. It's just overextended. You want to wait for a pullback to buy it, but then it just keeps going and going and going. And then you don't want to sell it, right? Because you just keep getting your face ripped off like I've been.
It's
So,
just, it keeps
what's your
making
thoughts?
it right now. NASDAQ at least just keeps making new bases, and like moving up off those. When we're trading at all time highs, I usually just expect new high of days, like every single day, essentially. Like
Hmm.
it's very hard to short this market.
Yeah, and it's hard to be patient and waiting for buying opportunities like today, where uh, was it me, you, and Dobie, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
we were talking, and you were looking for what was it? Man,
I was
that
looking
that was a
at
while ago.
uh,
Like,
530s to 550s area,
yeah,
and it came down to five, like the top of 550s, and I just didn't pull the trigger on the trade. I was
yeah,
also already locked out with I had a daily profit. Okay, another stupid thing I did tonight. I pulled the daily profit trigger off, which if I had it on, it would have just taken me out and locked the account.
Oh, okay.
But because last night I had a trade that I went to sleep with on, and it would have made me an extra $5,000. So I was like, well, I'll pull the daily profit trigger off today. And then I pull it off, and it would have saved my ass. So shouldn't have modified it. But yeah, I was looking for 530s to 550s. It dipped down there, right where I wanted it to. It was really quick to dip down there and bounce out of it. It lined up right with VWAP. It lined up with 382 on the fib. Honestly, a pretty much A+ setup for me.
Okay.
I wish it would have gone a little bit deeper. But yeah.
Just a little bit deeper. Now, I am in a short gold. I just pulled the trigger. I might be a little late to it. Let me switch my. You don't look at gold, right? Very much.
I don't really look at it too much.
Okay.
I used to trade it here and there.
Here's what I'm looking. Here's what I'm.
I do have an
looking at.
algo setup that keeps giving me alerts for gold. I just don't use it.
Okay. There's Aaron. There's Aaron trades. Well, I'm short gold, Aaron. This is an overnight trade, I think, for me. I'm going to just let it run overnight, pass it off to you. That'd be cool. Let me just pass off this account to you, and you can manage it. But what I'm looking at here in gold, this is a 1 hour chart. I'm looking at kind of a shoulder head shoulder pattern, and we've been testing these 3320s not once, twice. This is the third time. Now, if we do get a little bit of a bounce here tonight during slow markets, I'm going to add to this.
See what my gold algo is saying.
Okay. All right. Let me know what that says. So I'm looking for gold to break down, maybe test these 12s, these lowers, this lower pivot that we made on June 24th. And then maybe we could come down. Maybe we test 300 even here in gold. 300 even would be not too bad. We're already down 0.6%.
It's not in a trade yet, but I would assume it's looking for a short as well.
Yeah.
Because that IB low, essentially what it's based off of is you modify the IB, you modify your initial balance to be for Asia session. So it sets the IB from 6:15 till 8:15 Central. Or sorry, 6:15 to 8:15 Eastern. If I'm reading that right. Okay. And then it trades off that.
Okay. Yeah, let's
see. So the IB low broke, so it would be looking for a short now. It's just waiting for a retracement.
Yeah, that I could see that. I'm in 1 micro. If we do get some type of a bounce here into the 330s, I'm going to add to this. I'll add till my risk is about $500. And then we'll see if this could be an overnight, or maybe we just freaking sell off here. Maybe we do just sell off. I don't know. But I like where gold is. I like the setup to plan for a breakdown.
Dakota, for this giveaway in my Discord, I think I'm just gonna do a poll.
You're just gonna You're gonna do a poll. I get a pick. Let me pull up. So
well, I was gonna do a poll. So like whoever votes in the poll at the end, it just does like a. You know what? I'll do this one. You pick one, Dakota, and I'll give 50 to someone else. How about that?
Oh, wow. You're going to match my 50 and give 50? Yeah. Yeah, in case no one was joining, if you missed today's fast markets, Baron and I was on fast markets. I was in a short, and yeah, we had a bet going. I lost the bet. My stop loss was hit, so I owed Baron $50. Or I said, yeah, I'll give one of your members $50. So that's what that is. If you are, come into the slow markets YouTube, and you need to like the video. Like the video. Oh, you know what? I should. I'm over here putting conditions on it now. And then follow my Twitter. Why not? Just because. Follow my Twitter account. We got to pump some numbers up somehow. And
Dakota, did you see the AI photo that someone made of you?
Where? Yeah, I seen that one. Hey, That's not too far off. What people would do for $50, man. What they'll do for $50.
You saw the fan edit of you, right?
Yeah, I seen that one too. That was pretty good. One of them, I don't know where that picture came from. Sometimes I don't know. Everything's online. Once it's online, it's there forever. Oh man, I don't like. You're gonna do it randomly, right?
Yeah.
It's probably the best one.
Yeah, I'll just toss all the names in a random generator, and then whoever.
All right, you do yours first, so I don't pick double pick it.
Okay. Yeah.
Boogie Boo says you eat frozen peas too.
I'm gonna. $50 is a nice keyboard. Yeah. With $50, hey, you can get a keyboard that sounds just like mine, and you can piss off all of YouTube.
Oh man, yeah. I'm always looking to find. I need to talk to Danielle more to keep doing more stuff. Give back to everybody, the traders who tune in every single night. $50 is $50. All right, let me know who you pick.
I'm gonna have it run for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, let it run and let me know. Once you do it, I'll do mine. Gold's just kind of chilling here. We're at these 227 or the 327. We have about 12 minutes till we see a spike. Not much going on in the NASDAQ. Kind of just barcoding here.
Yeah.
Do you have a game plan for tomorrow? What is
Slam
that?
long.
Stay.
No, yeah, just essentially just look for longs. Still use the initial balance. I mean, we do have the PCE report before market open.
Okay.
So as long as that's positive, we should just continue pushing higher. I don't really see any reason why we wouldn't continue to push higher.
Makes sense. Look at the Nikkei. I haven't looked at the Nikkei for a while. The Japanese market. That sucker's just going straight up. Meme coin level. Wow. Yeah, that one broke out and it's going straight up. Nikkei to all-time highs. Man, that would have been one hell of a trade, to be honest. Nothing else is following it though. Yeah, I guess Nasdaq is. Let's look at the 5-minute. Nasdaq's sideways. All-time highs. Everything other than that. I haven't traded crude oil for a bit either. Nasdaq just flatlining. Oh, it sure feels like summer, dude. Summer in slow markets.
Dude, yeah, summer, dude, trying to trade Asia during summer is actually so annoying.
Yeah,
so
that's why I do these set it and forget it trades. I'll do the analysis on like the hourly time frame and these higher time frames. Place a trade, understand the probabilities, risk reward, and then I just leave, step away. It's like, hey, let's review these markets, let's review technical analysis, get into a trade. You know, there's my entry, there's my take profit. Maybe we're looking for 3,300 evens. Nice little 1-to-1, a little bit better than the 1-to-1 risk reward. And then I just go get some dinner, watch Netflix, or just live your life.
Yeah,
that's the beautiful thing about trading, especially on higher time frames.
I had a long last night that I woke up this morning and I was like, I was in profit on it, but it was down a bit from where I bought it. And then I don't know. It's not, I don't like looking at the markets the first thing in the morning. It always messes with my it messes with my head. So usually I like to wake up for at least 30 minutes before I trade. And since I had a position on in the overnight, I immediately looked at it and it kind of messed with my head a little bit. So
Ooh, okay.
I will say that.
Gold
I don't
is-
mind holding positions usually through the overnight.
Do you use a different time frame for the overnight?
I just look at the 15-minute, honestly.
Okay, you use that 15-minute for a lot, right?
Dude, I love the 15-minute. The 15-minute is my favorite time frame, I think. If you had to take away all my time frames and just do the 15-minute, like if I had to pick one time frame, it would be the 15-minute.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Because I think you can find entries on the 15-minute. You can find momentum on the 15-minute. You can find good zones on the 15-minute. I think it's the goated time frame.
The 15-minute. I like the 1 hour and 5 minute, and then zoomed into the 100 tick. I do need to pay more attention to the hour in the New York session. I've noticed a lot of my shitty trades. I kind of neglect the 1 hour chart, which is wrong because I look back after I place the trade. I'm like, God damn it, that was just horrible. I should have never done that, or I should have waited for this or that.
Yeah. Dakota, if you look at do you know about the opening candle continuation?
Tell me about it.
Okay. So if you have
Let me get to your chart.
if your first hour is green, you have like a 70% chance to have a green day, like for the daily candle to print green. If you have a first hour red, it's like a 70% chance for it to be a red day.
Okay, so you're saying the first hour candlestick.
You have to watch it on the 30-minute though, because since the hourly opens at since the measurement is from 9:30 to 10:30, and the 8 o'clock candle's already printing, you have to watch it on the 30-minute.
Okay. And so that does it dictate your bias for the day?
It will help with bias. I mean, I add it along with other factors, but that's one of them that I look at.
What other factors then? I'm learning now. I'm learning. I don't mind learning from you. I think
I use the IB every single day. Another one is so if we sweep a previous day high or previous day low, that will also result in a higher probability of printing a green or a red candle. That's about 70% as well. Usually I'm looking for price to be in a bull leg or a bear leg, because if I'm just looking at the stat, it's including every single daily candle print, and sometimes you're in consolidation. Sometimes you're in consolidation, and it doesn't when you're in consolidation, you'll see previous day high sweeps, previous day low sweeps. But if you look at the daily time frame, you're going to see whenever we're in a bull leg or a bear leg, we keep printing red, or we keep printing green, right? Okay. So tomorrow, I'm looking for a green daily candle close. So if the candle for the daily at any point tomorrow is printing red, I might be looking for long opportunities.
Okay. And answer one question. I'm horrible with names. Labid Islam says Dakota's like, why is the student teaching the master? No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that there's this is a master and a student, and it don't education only goes one way. That is a horrible way to think in all fields of study, right? Because it doesn't really matter your age. You're learning, and you should always be learning. And I don't mind. I've been struggling, Baron, whenever others struggle. Like Hoag, sometimes I'll talk to Hoag. Sometimes Hoag will talk to me. Vice versa. Me and Jay, me and other coaches, we're always learning. It's we're never at a point to where we're just perfect.
I was showing you and Jay a couple things when we were in Chicago too. I called out some nice trades too. I did call out some nice trades.
Yeah. And you always have to give credit where it's due.
I think we were drinking, and
what day?
Jay was in a short, or he was in a long. he was, I forget what his position was, but I was telling him to do the opposite of it, and then it worked. I was like, I got you, Jay. But he got his stop loss hit. So
Oh, have you ever
I
done
mean,
that? I've tried that before, where you just kind of you look for trades and then you just do the opposite.
yeah. I've never personally done that. I always just kind of follow my bias and my strategy. The strategy I have now, it's pretty consistent. As long as I'm following it to a T. It's just I don't always follow it to a T.
Okay. Okay. That's
I've
for me.
seen some of my students. Like I have one student who he was in my April group, and in the past, like he just took a 10K payout from Topstep yesterday, and then he just got a live account at a different firm. So in order to get that live account, like you have to be consistent as well. So it's something that you see like, okay, others can apply this same concept, same strategy. And it's like, I don't coin the concept because it's like, I'm essentially teaching like a very in-depth IB strategy along with how to read volume and a couple other things in there.
Okay.
But there's so many people that show consistency with it because it's a pretty straightforward strategy. It's pretty easy to follow. And it produces good results.
Mm. And you use Bookmap?
I do use Bookmap. Use
Okay,
Bookmap.
so you use the statistics. What is it called? Edgeful.
I use Edgeful every day.
That you use the 15-minute chart. You use Bookmap. What other tools do you use?
I use VWAP, an 8 EMA on the 15-minute or above. I'll use a volume profile.
Okay.
And then Bookmap, Edgeful, and a fib tool. That's pretty much all of it.
So you use like 7 or 8 tools.
Yeah, but like you don't apply them all for the same trade. Like if I have an ideal trade, there's probably like 4 or 5 things that line up, but I'll take a trade off 2 things lining up.
Okay, that makes sense. Because yeah, I run into traders really frequently where they have so many different things on their chart and they're waiting for like the freaking stars to align. And then by the time they do, the trade's like came and gone and they're entering a little late.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, I gotta get music going.
You got kind of echoey there.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. There. I'm just getting the music. You gotta get the music going. Music better than the keys. Window tab, yes. All right, you gotta figured out that giveaway, that random.
Yeah, I think I've got it. I need to go ahead and delete my poll just so more people aren't entering.
Okay. I'm still short gold. I added to my short gold. Give me just 1 second and I'll share. I'm trying to get the music going. I'm short 2 micros from 329. This is gonna be my slow market trade, and then chat if you want to do the hashtag slow markets on the Twitter.
I'm trying to find.
There's the Twitter link.
Actually, I'm trying to find the last person to vote, and I'm struggling a little bit because I don't want to like toss people in there. Shorts are cooking on NASDAQ.
Are they? Oh, the one time I'm not short the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
I'm actually long gold.
There's an IB in there as well. If anyone's trading Asia, there's 2 different IBs you can use. Essentially, the IB is just you're defining a time frame with highs and lows, and some time frames work great, sometimes time frames don't. So for Asia, there's 2 that I will use. There's a 75-minute IB. So You take the first 75 minutes of market, since market open, you take the highs and the lows, and then whichever side breaks first, you expect it to continue in that direction. The other one I will use is a 3-hour IB. So the 75-minute, you can use that till midnight. It's pretty reliable up till midnight. The 3 hours reliable up till 4 a.m.
Okay. Someone says, what's that red zone on your chart?
Oh, yeah. I just haven't gotten rid of that. That was a resistance zone. I just haven't gotten rid of it.
Okay. So it was. That's it. Okay.
Potential resistance zone. I don't, until a zone's been tapped and rejects, or dude, people keep voting in this poll. People keep voting in this poll. Okay, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it.
Okay, chat. It's not a giveaway. It's a bet that I lost the Baron. It's a bet that I lost the Baron, and he decided to match it. Yeah, the next time, the next bet, it's gonna be for my slow markets chat.
Okay. Valid. You should have them all. Everyone has to tag you on Twitter.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a good one. Let's see.
Okay, I've got quite a few names in here. So let's do a spin the wheel with names. Okay, and then I'll get that.
Okay, you pick one and I will.
Okay, so let me clear all this.
And I'm still short the gold, chat. So we'll see how this gold short plays out. You know, my luck, this is going to be the night where the NASDAQ just tanks and gold rips. It is Friday, so maybe just a little bit of exhaustion coming in for Friday. That could be. Could be. Never know. Someone says, what does that even mean, slow markets? Well, you're finding out. If you tune in to my slow markets and watch the markets, you'll find out why I named it slow markets. That's why I do my analysis on a higher time frame, and then I'll place a trade, and I let it run overnight. Now, February, March, April, May has been so volatile. It's been like fast markets, right? It's been like the New York session open, how volatile these markets have been. So it's been very abnormal.
Okay, but, Dakota, I got it. There's so many names that the wheels it's kind of slow.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. What is this? What's this? This is a freaking.
This is who voted in my Discord. It was a lot, bro. There was a lot of people.
What? Man, I got blinded how bright it is too. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah,
I was not expecting this. I feel like we need.
Is it gonna pick one, or is it just what's going on here? Did I break it?
Epic fail! Epic fail on this wheel. You overloaded it. Is this the wheel of shame? This is the wheel of shame.
I actually broke the wheel. That's crazy.
What's it doing? The
wheel's I don't know. It's broken. It's broken. Okay, let's see if this one works. Let me make sure that this is all right. Okay. This looks all right. I go to the bottom.
This is live, everyone. No rehearsals, nothing. You see everything.
Okay, cool. So
okay,
this one works.
You're doing it again.
Oh my God, that's my Discord manager, bro. We gotta run it again. We gotta run it again. I didn't know he put his fucking name in there.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
It's rigged. My Discord manager.
Stop the count.
Okay, Jared BBB. All right. Jared BBB won. Cool. So
Nice.
I have $50 to send someone.
$50, man. Well earned. Next week, I think every Thursday we could do a bet on fast markets for something. Now I gotta pick. Now I have to pick, right? I'm not gonna do the
Yeah,
random. I'm gonna pick someone I like. I'm biased. That's
So
how I am.
you're gonna scroll through the chat.
Yeah. What's that guy? Is that you, Baron? Do you have a tattoo on your?
No, no, I don't have any tattoos on my back. At least, I mean, I've them on my forearms.
Okay.
That's my Discord manager. That's a picture of him. He's watching charts, and he's watching the stream.
Come on, do a hashtag slow market. Someone. Maybe I'll be persuaded. I could be persuaded.
Bando Baby says you met him in real life.
I never know.
He's the one who I had to send home in an Uber.
Oh, he's not getting 50 then. He's not getting 50. He's too drunk being sent home in an Uber.
Bad luck, Bando Baby.
Not in the YouTube chat. Everyone's been programmed, I think, by the other influencers to do. I'm saying I lost control of the chat. I'm saying on my Twitter account. We need to blow up my Twitter account doing fun stuff. Why is everyone doing hashtag slow?
Is that enough to persuade you?
You know what? Yes.
Oh, okay.
There he is. There it is. Blunt Facer 12. Got it.
Blunt Facer 12. All right, cool. I'll reach out to both of them. I'll get them the money.
there it is. There it is. All right, man. Oh, shoot. Love it. Freaking love it. Anyway, here is a hashtag slow markets. Hashtag slow markets. This is what I was referring to. Big bag 21K trading. Green on the screen. Up $100. Beautiful. Nice. Using Edgeful too.
Hey.
Make sure you double check. You close out any tabs you don't want to be shown. Don't want to make that mistake.
Okay, Dakota, the algo is now short gold. It's short gold.
Okay. Oh, now okay.
So it got in at 3332.5. Its stop is at 3337.9, and its first TP is at 3322.7. Second TP is at 3316.6.
All right, show that on the chart if you could, please.
Okay.
I'm seeing your NASDAQ open.
Yeah, I've got it on my trading view. One second. Okay. That's the short.
Okay. That's the short. And what's this algo you're referring to? What is this?
This it's through Edgeful. It's so like you can program it with custom settings. So this is just one I cooked up. But you essentially, I've set this up for an IB strat, so it enters off retracements.
Okay. Oh, there's Doom Lord.
The stats on it are pretty decent. So if I go to replay, strategy tester, generate report, it has 51% profitable. Max equity drawdowns 2,000, 3.7 profit factor.
Is this did you put cash into it?
No, I haven't.
Interesting. Okay.
This is just back testing the data.
Oh, okay. And now it's liking a gold short.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I might add to it. We still have 50 minutes left in class. What do you look at Bookmap, man? I know my man Rips. he trades Bookmap. I've
So,
watched it. I've played around with it, but I've always resort back to just the basic technicals, to be honest.
okay. Yeah. So Bookmap, there's really only a couple things I'm looking for on Bookmap. I don't look at it all the time because to me it's too much data. It's kind of like visual vomit,
Mm-hmm.
some would say. I'm really just looking at a volume profile, and I'm looking for low volume nodes where there's very low amounts of orders transacted. And I'm looking for buyers or sellers to step up in those low volume nodes to defend price in that area and then take a trade based off that.
Interesting. And so low volume nodes are on the IB.
No, so low volume nodes are just in your session volume profile.
Okay.
So you can pull it with just like I could pull it here. Like I could pull this range and look and say, okay, well there's there's low volume up here, right?
Okay.
This isn't a great example of it. Let me try to find an area.
Hoag would love this, to be honest.
Oh, I brought the idea up to Dolby. I think we might do something.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
this, right? You see how there's low volume in this area,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
there's also a volume shelf right here.
Yeah.
When price dips down there, I want to see if buyers defend that area.
Okay. So you're using Bookmap and these low volume nodes, or
So
and
Bookmap will also show me like I typically won't have a volume profile on my chart because Bookmap has one built into it already. But you can find the same thing like if I go on a higher time frame. If I look at let me see. Like if I was looking to short this, let's say, you can look at this range.
it's usually you usually are much better during fast markets then.
Yeah. So this pushes to this area where there's low volume and seller step up right in there. So you could potentially take a trade off that. Typically, I like to just look at the New York session volume profile. I mean, you can use them on all sorts of time frames. Like you can go on the hourly.
Okay.
If we look, actually, let me do it on the daily because there's a great example on the daily. So if I look at here and I pull the entirety of this range, right? There's a low volume node right up here. So price pushed up here, even if I take less of this session, right? Let's see where we sold off in, what was this, February? Yeah, so price pushed into this high time frame low volume node and seller stepped up and defended it. And then we flushed off of it. So you can use it on multiple different time frames. It's just how do you frame the trade? So
How do you
can do
manage
that.
risk? Like how do you manage your risk on this?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to define the time frame first. Usually, like if I take a trade off a low volume node, I give it like 20 points, 20 to 25 points just to breathe a little bit. And then once it starts rejecting or bouncing, then I just adjust stops to that market structure.
Okay, so you use the market structure technicals to manage your risk, manage your stop loss,
Yeah,
after you've got into a trade. Do you
yeah,
use any of
essentially.
that to get you into a trade? Like what would help you get into a trade? Technicals, or are you just using purely based that?
So I essentially have three entry conditions. It's either a fib. It's either a fib. Actually there's four. So it's a fib. Entering a. So I'll enter a fib if I have the IB with a fib, I'll enter. If there's a low volume node where buyers step up or sellers step up, I'll enter there. If it dips below VWAP and then returns back above very quickly, I'll enter there because a lot of the time you see dips below VWAP and then we pop above or below it. Like we'll pop above or below VWAP and then return like here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buyers couldn't get us above this overnight VWAP. and then we started to move lower. We haven't moved that much lower. I mean, this VWAP's like it's slow markets, so it's only 15 points away. The other one is if we're in a very high momentum market like we are right now, where price just keeps rallying and rallying and rallying, I'll enter off a base. So like when price bases out, like this makes a base and then it does a tiny retracement, I would enter either in this base or in this retracement area and then just try to ride the momentum up. That's a little bit harder to do. I wouldn't suggest it for most people, or like even here where this base is out, like enter at the low of the base, set your stop below the base, and then try to ride it up with the momentum.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, big question for you now. Why do you struggle trading smaller size?
Okay. I think it's because my average size now is 3 to 5 minis, and the size that I like to trade now is like 10 minis. So maybe I do need to take a step back and trade smaller size. I mean, just a year ago, I was trading 1 to 2 minis. I wouldn't really ever go over that. So I don't know. I think it's the dollar signs in my eyes, bro. It's the dollar signs in my eyes.
Because I see that same thing. I've seen it in my VIP. Jay's seen it in VIP. Everywhere, all the time, where traders get used to the bigger size, and then once they ever start to struggle, then they just can't get back because they feel like they're taking a step back. They feel like, oh, this isn't worth my time, and they're doing everything they can to get back to where they was, and in a sense, they're digging themselves deeper in the hole. Do you think you'll ever be able to get over that hurdle, or do you think you even need to? Is the question.
Um, Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard. I think it's one of the hardest parts of trading is getting over that.
Getting over changing the sizes.
Yeah, like dynamically sizing. I think most people, when you're 6 months to a year in, you should be trading with the same size. My typical recommendation is you start out with 5 micros, and then you do that. If you're comfortable with 5 micros, then and your trading's going well, right? Then you bump it up to 7 or 8 micros. If you're not comfortable with 5 micros, then bump it down to 3. If you're and then you stick at 7 or 8 for 2 weeks. You stick it there for 2 weeks. You journal everything down. Like, did I scale properly? Did I take profit properly? Did I do this? Did I raise my stops? Right? Like, is everything managed the same as it was with 5 micros? Then once you get up to like 10, once you bump size again to 10, then it's a matter of, can I sustain the amount of drawdown necessary? And there's some charts that I use for that where it's what's your win rate and what's your max loss, what's your probability of a max loss streak. So if you have a 50% win rate, I believe it's a 20% chance to see an 8 loss streak in a row within a 100 trade period. So if you can't sustain that, then it tells you your size, your buffer's too small for the amount of size you're using.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with everything because it's not just. I wish it was simple where you could just say, yeah, and maybe I've seen some traders do it where it's like, oh, every $1,000 in my account, I'm going to trade this one mini. If I make 1,000, I'll bump it up to another mini, or based off their daily loss limit. I mean, or they base it off some type of dollar amount. But the hardest part, like what you said, it's going backwards. It's easy to go and increase your size because that's all we want, right? We always want to increase the size. But then going backwards, you technically need to do the exact same thing. It's like, oh, my account balance, maybe you're basing off your account balance at 50,000. Then if I go down to 40,000, I need to decrease it to this size and this size. It's easy to go up. It's easy to go, one direction. But psychologically, even though it's the same process, it's just math. It's freaking hard, dude. It's freaking hard to take a step back. I know it's been hard for me.
Yeah, because for me, I'm used to seeing like pretty large size, trading with multiple accounts, all of that. So stepping back, it feels like you're almost like you're taking a pay cut, kind of, where it's like I'm not making as much money as I was. Um,
Mm.
it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that it's like if I'm trading with 5 micros and I hit 100 point trade, I'm like, okay, I just made $1,000, but with my regular size, it would be 10,000. So it's,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird. It's weird.
I've struggled with it too because last year at this time I'd be sweet. I traded 30 minis, and now it's like
30 minis is crazy. That's a
it's
crazy
like
amount of stuff.
okay, now I need to be in 1 mini or 2 minis or 3 minis. It's different, and that's why I like to keep it at points, where it's like I have a point goal. If I get X amount of points a day on average, I'm happy with
Yeah.
it, and then it doesn't really matter whether it's 30 minis or three micros. Doom Lord says I traded 10 minis tonight for about 8 minutes.
Oh,
Even in this low volatility environment, man, big size is scary.
Nick's asking, do you guys think it makes more sense to risk more per trade on a better setup? Yes, I do. I just think from people starting out, right, like you're 6 months to a year into trading, like it's hard to judge. It's much harder to judge what's a good setup and what isn't, or like what's an ideal setup for you, right? Like when you've been doing it for so long and you've seen so many candles print, it's much easier. So, yeah, I do think you size up.
Yeah. Wall Street Trader, yes, 30 minis. 30 minis. It's on YouTube. I've traded it live in front, just like I'm doing here. Everything's shown live. It was fun. I mean, it was in a more low volatility market, like what we're seeing tonight, where these markets aren't going crazy. But yeah, it was 30 minis on the Nasdaq. It was pretty insane. It's the same
We call it
process.
we call it NASPAC, Dakota.
Why Nasdaq?
NASPAC because it's when you're trading NASDAQ, you're smoking that gas.
Smoking like a why pack though?
Come on, Dakota. It's like what you
a pack of cigarettes.
no,
Like you pack a bowl of weed.
yeah.
I don't know if you're just agreeing.
Smoking that pack. Smoking that pack. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with it. I'll go with that. Oh man.
We're getting I'm getting a lot of Freddie Mercury comments in the in the chat too.
Why?
I actually do. Because of the mustache, bro. Because of
Okay.
the mustache. I'm just seeing it. Yeah, I did dress up as Freddie Mercury for Halloween one time.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. But you're not British.
I'm Scottish. I'm
You're
Scottish.
You're Scottish. Okay.
My dad's from Scotland. He was an immigrant. So
Was Freddie Mercury tall? Was he tall? I think he was.
no, he was short. He was
Okay.
short.
Okay.
My costume was essentially I just put on some like light blue skinny jeans. Or they weren't skinny jeans, but they weren't that skinny. They were like slim fit jeans, and then a white wife beater, and that was pretty much the costume.
Mm.
And then I just shaved down to a mustache.
Okay.
That's 7 foot Freddy. Baron is short. Han's trolling. Han's trolling in the chat.
I thought we shared some pictures. Shared some pictures. I'm short compared to you, man. I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
You're 6'6". 6'6", man.
Yeah.
It's what a
it's a
crazy
blessing.
week. What a crazy week that was. And it feels like it was a month ago, and it was just a week ago.
I know when we were like, you messaged me like, are you ready for slow markets? And I was like, fuck, I forgot about slow markets because like we didn't do it last week. right?
No.
So it's been like 2 weeks since we've done it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still kind of recovering, man. I hit the gym on Monday and I felt like I felt my age. I felt old. I was like, man, what did we do? What did we do? Everything was so slow. I almost
Oh, I
threw
felt I
up.
felt fine. I felt fine after I got home, but like, dude, Thursday was so brutal for me. I was completely dead.
Oh, man. All right.
I mean, we went to breakfast and you guys were just like, Baron, are you okay? And I was like,
I know. I know.
I need an eggs Benedict, and
They didn't
just they
have
were
one.
like, yeah, we only serve that on the weekends, and I was like, these motherfuckers, like we go to brunch,
Yeah,
they don't
why
serve it.
not? Why not in the middle of the week? We're hungover on a what was it, Wednesday
The
afternoon.
Thursday morning.
Was it Thursday? Yeah, yeah, right before the Cubs game. These markets are just sideways, everybody. These markets are just sideways. No need to spam the chat. Like we take a look at gold. Gold's doing a whole lot of nothing. If we do get up to maybe these mid to upper 330s, I'll add another micro. But other than that, nah, nothing's really happening. Are you seeing anything? It's super slow. This is the slow markets trade tonight is getting in short gold,
No,
but
Asia's Asia's really slowed down in the past few days because the volatility's dead. Like
yeah, it's
if you look at
summer.
the VIX is sitting at 18, and it hasn't been 18 in like 2 months. So yeah, all the volatility's dead. So Asia's kind of hard to trade when the volatility's dead.
Oh, okay. See, I'm looking. Freddie Mercury. Well, what do we do? What do we talk about, chat? What do you want to talk about, Baron? It's Thursday night, Friday's price action. You don't want to give any profits if you've made it this week. You don't want to give them up. It is Friday's price action. Very slow, to be honest. Anything specific that you're seeing tonight going into tomorrow?
No, not really. I would expect tomorrow to continue up. I'd like us to retrace a little bit, just on the higher time frames. But yeah, I'd like us to retrace down into like the 600 area, like low 600 area, and then continue up.
Retrace to the low 600. What would be your target?
I mean, I like these highs at 550s, but I would look for a potential bounce at like 630 to 600, somewhere in there.
Mm,
Uh, that's just where we started to break out with momentum.
okay. Someone says, Dakota, don't you think the market is overbought? I could be thinking the market's overbought for the next 6 months, and we just keep going up. We
Here's
seen
the
that
thing.
last year.
There is a saying: the market will stay irrational longer than you can stay liquid.
Yep, yep. Markets can stay
And
irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Yes.
yeah, I mean, if you look at, okay, what happened this week? So Monday, right, we had the Iran ceasefire, right, or the missile strikes over Qatar, and then Tuesday night, Iran ceasefire. Market's been loving that, right? The market's been moving up. Powell's hinting at a potential rate cut in July. I don't think that will happen. Um, but it's like
Even though
the
you
market
want
might.
it, right? Even though you want
I do
it.
want it. I do want it, but I know Powell, like based off Powell, he's a stubborn bastard. Um, and I mean, everyone's gonna have different opinions on that, like if we should cut rates or if we shouldn't,
Right.
right? Depending on
Yep.
the economic data. I know there's some. Oh, big spike in Nasdaq.
Oh.
Big spike in Nasdaq. There's some economic data pointing to yes, we should cut rates. There's some that's pointing to no. Right, like we do have kind of a debt crisis right now. Like if you look at credit card debt, consumer debt, all that, it's continuing to increase. Trump obviously wants to cut rates so they can refinance debt lower. inflation's slowing down, the housing market's slowing down as well. So that should continue to bring inflation down. There's a bunch of different factors you have to consider. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone would like to see the rate cut.
Yeah. That was a buyable dip. Did anybody buy that? I mean, this is just a quick tape bomb, and it was bought up. I mean, it was 10 points. Instant 10 points, and then right back. Right back to where it was. And tariffs for me has kind of been put on the back burner. I haven't seen any tariff headlines. I know the beginning of July is the deadline.
Trump said. I think there was a tweet from Trump saying like it's not set in stone or like it's
that's kind of what I was expecting, and I don't know. It's my personal opinion. You know, we might come there and it's gonna get closer, and we're gonna push it out another month, or who knows what's gonna happen there. And if they do, it's just going to give more fuel to this market to just keep pumping higher if they decide to keep pushing it out or get rid of them. Like, and then the rate cut, right? So then that would be more fuel to this market. And I don't see any reason right now for this market to freaking sell off. Of course, there's going to be random... I don't know if it's going to be random, but we'll have eventually headlines that could have this market pull back, and I'm just going to continue to be buying opportunities for. They're always buying opportunities, these sell-offs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gold's pumping. Gold is pumping. Grow mustache. Yeah, I might add to this gold short.
Dakota, can you grow a full beard?
Yeah, I don't like it though.
You don't like it?
No, I don't. I don't like a beard or a mustache.
I think one of our bets should be you don't shave for a month.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It'd have to be a big bet. I haven't shaved for a week. This is what a week is for me.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. No, I have to shave like twice a week.
Someone says Dakota sounds like he's 5'4". Does height have a sound?
No.
Does height
I don't
have
think
a
so.
sound? I think people associate the lower the voice, the taller the person is usually the.
No, that's not true.
The connection is that.
I've met a lot of tall people with really high pitched squeaky voices.
What does 5'4" sound like? Who's short that we know? Wasn't there like a guy associated with Topstep that's like 5'1"?
I don't know.
That like promoting some scam pop-up shop. He reached out to me like last year, and he was just like begging me to get into an interview with him. And I can't remember his name. Oh, what was it? That's gonna bug me.
Was it Andre?
No. Andre's not. Andre's.
I know. I'm messing around.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember his name. I know he reached out to me a few times begging for an interview, and he's like 5'1". I don't know.
Baron, do you think Edgeful made you profitable? No, I was profitable before I knew about Edgeful. It helped with it. It helped me make more money. I will say that. And if I knew about it, I think it would have been a lot quicker. But no, I was profitable back last May, about a year ago. I started using Edgeful about 4 months ago.
Got it.
So.
Oh, that's his name, Austin. Yeah, that's who it was. he reached out to like the Topstep team. Hey, can I get an interview with Dakota? And then he reached out to me. Hey, I want to interview. Like, dude, you're freaking annoying. But turns out he was like 5'1" or something. These markets are going nowhere fast.
No, they really aren't. I think we continue to drop in NASDAQ.
Let's take a look at this gold.
Gold, this might be a nice area to short.
I know. I was looking for maybe 36, 35 to see if I get into a short there or add to it. Add to it. I can't stand a lot of the influencers on Twitter, man. Just shilling affiliates, affiliate codes. Half the stuff they say is just BS to sell courses. It drives me nuts. That was like one of my first introductions to the prop firm world.
Yeah, I mean, my first introduction to the trading space is really I was following option signals on Twitter, which
Heck yeah.
so stupid.
There you go.
And that's essentially like it was like how meme coins are now. Like you would have someone, and the thing with the people who signal options for the most part is
hold up.
they're
Keep going. I have to take this phone call.
Okay. I mean, I can ramble on about this.
Okay, yeah, riff long about it.
Yeah. So essentially, how option signals work on Twitter is there's a bunch of faceless options accounts or accounts that alert options, and they will alert options on low volume stocks. So stocks that don't see any options volume at all. They'll enter before they send out the alert, and then they've got anywhere from like 10 to 50,000 followers. And they'll buy it up before they alert it out. A bunch of people will pile in, and then they'll sell it and collect all their premium, and then they never alert when they get out. And then they'll just say, we printed for this and so percentage or whatever it is. So yeah, essentially your exit liquidity as a Twitter follower. That's highly illegal. Yeah. That was a thing in 2022. Yeah, it was big in like 2020, 2021, 2022. Yeah, pump and dump. Yeah, exact same thing going on with meme coins. Exact same thing. But there's like 5 to 10 of these guys who they all have a group chat. They all have a group chat, and then they all run like 5 to 10 accounts. Dakota getting a margin call from his broker. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's how I got into trading too, bro. Reg pulling random Twitters. Yeah. Yeah. Can I show you guys Edgeful? Is the screen on my is the chart? Let me see. Let me see if the YouTube's on my chart. Yeah, what do you guys want to see on Edgeful? It is. I think it is. I have the YouTube paused because it messes with my audio. Okay, someone know if you guys can see Edgeful. Can you guys see Edgeful? Yeah, I can give you my Discord link. I do free streams on Fridays, so tomorrow there will be a free stream. Okay, you guys can see Edgeful. Cool. Let me get my invite code. You're thinking about getting Edgeful? I would recommend getting it. Edgeful is super useful. What do you guys want to see? What stats do you guys want to see? Did Coach grow a beard? Asia IB data. Okay. Okay. So there's 2 different ones I use. So there's open to midnight. I use a 75-minute. Show how to use it. you're going to get Edgeful. I do have a affiliate code for them. Okay, so you go to home, you go to reports. You choose your asset. I always just do futures. You can do it for stocks, crypto, Forex, and then I'm a NASDAQ trader. So I do open to midnight on the initial balance breakout. My date range, so this will tell me, right, 6 months, year to date, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Essentially, the more data, the better. Is it an indicator for Topstep? You can get the indicator. You can get the indicator to TradingView right here. You can link these to your TradingView. They won't have a plugin to Topstep. So this is from open to midnight for the 75-minute. Then you can go to the buy levels report for the IV. So this will tell you the probability of hitting certain levels. Yeah, 7 to 12 also works. Once this loads, it takes a while to load sometimes. Okay. So this one, okay. I need to change this 75 minutes. You can choose your IB size too. You just measure this with a ruler tool on charts. Once this loads. Okay, so these are your percent chances of hitting a breakout, right? So you have 85 for 0.2, 77 for 0.3, 70 for 0.4. I can show you how to mark those on your chart without the indicator as well. If you want to look at breakdown, so like today we have a breakdown. Even my mouse is noisy. I'm sorry. If you guys want the affiliate code, it's this. I prefer the 3-hour, Dylan. But okay, so we had a breakdown today. So 84%, 75.4. Okay, so now I go to this tab, right? Can you guys see my? Yeah, I think you guys can see my chart. So you can use your fib retracement tool. So you want to mark your highs to your lows, right? This was the low. So this is our -0.2 extension. -0.3 is down here, -0.5. So we have a 61% chance to hit that -0.5 up till midnight. We just hit the 0.2. That's the highest probability of 84.4, right? Another one you can use, this is the one I actually prefer. It's the 3-hour IB. And you use this from 6 p.m. Where is it? 7 p.m. till 4 a.m. You can use that. Yeah, you can check out gold. There's a bunch of different instruments. So 76% chance of a single break. Right, this goes till 4 p.m. So this goes into, or sorry, 4 a.m. So this goes into London session. You can check which side will break first. You can check levels. You can do all that. Why do I prefer the larger one? Because I'll hold trades into London sometimes. So like if I'm looking at by levels, I'll hold trades into London. There's a different report that I use for that. So on a breakdown, let's change this to 3 hours. So -0.5 for your 3-hour IB, 60% chance. The reason I like this one is because if you look at market session correlation, if you look at Asia and London, typically if Asia's red, London will be red. If Asia's green, London will be green. So I just like to use a bigger range on that. What does it say for NQ after midnight going up? I mean, I don't have like a direct stat to pull it.
All right, I'm back, man. I'm back.
All right.
Thanks for covering it, man. So much going on. It's been a crazy week for me.
The chat wanted me to run through Edgeful stats.
Damn it, and I missed it?
Yeah. So I was running them through that.
Okay. finish. Let's.
Gold. Yeah, your gold short's looking nice, Dakota.
I see that. I see that.
Did you add to it?
I am short 5 micros now. Yep.
Okay. You can go up to what, 150?
We're just keep adding. Keep adding. Yeah. That's why I was gonna ask you some more questions on that edgeful. That's okay.
Show some more, like, how can you make a trade using edgeful?
Okay. Okay.
I can show more. So
I'm curious, man.
okay. So if I'm going to the standard IB, right? Like today. So today, since the high set second, right? I need to customize this back to, and I use a 45-minute IB during New York.
Okay.
So since the high set second, right? So this has a 75% chance of single break. If I go by weekday, right, I can check that as well. So today was Thursday, once this loads. So 77%, so it's even better than the standard stat. If I go to buy rejection, this is going to tell me which side of the IB will break first. So on the 60-minute IB, right, today the low formed first. So I want to target the high. I think, did we sell off yesterday or was that Tuesday?
For NASDAQ?
Yeah, did we?
We did not
We
sell
didn't
off
really
yesterday.
sell off, but like we had a bearish, we had a bearish New York session, from what I remember. No,
Okay.
that was Tuesday. Tuesday. So Tuesday we had a bearish New York session and the low set second. So I want to target the side that sets second essentially, and then I use the levels report. So I'll enter with, like, I will enter with a fib retracement targeting one side to break and then look for the extension levels. So this is just base extension levels. You can get more in depth on this.
Okay.
So like this is just standard size. If I go to the size for today, right, 0.4 was the IB size. It's going to give me better stats. So today, like my final target would have been either the 1 or the 0.7, right? So I want to scale most of my contracts out at the 0.5 and then hold some for the 0.7 and the 1. So it's really good for targets.
That makes sense. And this is what you look for daily, right? You look at this daily.
I look at it every single day. Every
single day. Professional at it.
Yeah.
Professional at it. Yeah, this gold short's playing out pretty well. If we start to break, this thing could pick up momentum. We could see, can we see 3,300 even? 3,300 even? Do you use Edgeful on other markets?
You can use it for gold. I have some traders that they trade gold. So I've gone into stats for gold on it. I have some traders who trade ES. I mostly just stick to NASDAQ because I've been trading it for so long.
How did it go with ES? Because you went to ES for a minute, right? And then you came back to NASDAQ.
Fuck yes, bro.
What happened there? Why was that?
I don't know if I picked a bad week or what, but I just couldn't trade it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's weird to say, but it moves slow for me. I don't know if that's the right reason to say, especially for this summer at this time.
Yeah.
And the fact that I trade slow markets, it didn't make sense for the way that I trade. ES loves you if you give it time.
Yeah, ES is what the ES is the wife, NQ's the
mistress,
the toxic Latina.
Yeah, I mean, I have commitment issues, I guess. I've been told that. I've been told I've had commitment issues.
I mean, apparently not enough to go on 50 dates with someone.
Yeah, but that's why I have commitment issues, man. We don't talk about that. Oh man, can we keep
Okay.
building a position here in gold to play for a breakdown? It
With
looked like it was going to break for a
Asia,
moment.
with Asia hitting the 0.2 extension and now retracing back into the range, is the IB now invalidated? No, it's not invalidated. You can you could target these further down extensions. You can also use the IB retracement tool. So you can look at the probability for it to retrace. Right, let's set this back to 45 minutes by candle close, any size. %63% chance it retraces to the 63%, or sorry, 63% chance that it retraces to the 25% level. So you could play it off that for it to hit lower retracements.
Okay. Man, it's such slow markets. Lots of chop. Buy low, sell high.
Yeah. When the markets are slow like this, they're not necessarily hard to trade, but it's hard to sit in trades.
Yes, yeah, especially if you're watching it. That's why when I place a trade, I hate watching it at this time. Like I said, the past few months have been very rare, like a black swan type of volatility. But this is normal market condition. That's why it's one of the reasons why I hate watching market. They say a watched pot never boils. A watched trade, same thing. Especially during slow markets, we have such a bad habit as traders to overtrade, to lenny your trade, to mess it up, to add, to move your stop loss, take profit. Next thing you know, you're hitting a daily loss limit, and then you're like, oh damn! If I would have never touched it, it would have been a profitable trade.
Yeah, exactly.
And this gold short was playing out. Not so much. We're still just hanging out at these 330s. And what's NASDAQ doing?
It's pulling back a little bit.
What's it at right now?
It's at 22,682.
Okay, it's pushing.
The low it's bounced 20 points. So
buy it, chat. Just buy
Crazy.
the freaking dip. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. That's all you need to do. Buy the dip. As much as it looks like a short, it's so
I mean, this is pushing up.
so freaking hard sometimes. Chat. So hard. Let's go to settings.
You can't you can't slow down the buyers in this market. Really, it's hard to be a bear.
It is. It is. Oh, I learned that daily lately. Unfortunately, I'm trying to get this set up for slow markets because I've been doing slow markets on Twitter every single night where I get a trade set up and I post it. I talk about it. Nice little 1-to-1 right there. This is going to be my slow markets trade of the night. Okay, chat. Short gold. Get that baby set up. And there it is.
This is where for a short
more to it.
On NASDAQ.
Want to add a little bit more if we get another bounce. Man, this short just looks so nice. All right, yeah, this is the trade of the night.
This would be the short. This would be the short on NASDAQ.
That pump.
Yeah. That pump to the retracement. And it pops over VWAP, fails.
Pump to 80. These almost hit 690. Okay, I see. I agree with that. Gotta make sure. All right, this is the one. I like it. Trade of the night. Trade of the night. Is there a bit real quick? Any more hashtag slow markets on the Twitter? David, there's David. Here's one. Slow markets, very raw setup. Studying while charts on in the background. Like that. Is that a? I don't know what is that? Is that a cup? Something in their cup. I like it. I like it. You don't need a lot. You don't need 50 monitors to find success in this market. You just need consistency. And then, of course, Doomlord. Oh, I don't know what happened to that. Did you see something, Doomlord? Doomlord had something, and he deleted it. Maybe he forgot to delete some of his tabs. Maybe. Yeah, that's probably what it was. He's probably gone too. Where are you at, Doomlord? I'm gonna zoom in because it's have some tabs open. And we are coming up with time, man. Any last words before?
Thanks for gifting my community $50, Dakota. We really appreciate it. Getting some people some combines in there, maybe a couple meals.
Yeah, that was all you, man. You made the bet. You earned it fair and square for your community. And
I should whenever you're shorting that, or like not well, the first bet you were expecting NASDAQ price to move up, and I bet against you because the probability said it's a 10% chance.
Yeah, and I was a bear ever since.
And then this one, the probability said it was longs, and you got stopped out there.
I know. Hey, I love it, man. I love it.
We're 2-0 on the bets. 2-0 on the bets.
Yep, you're undefeated on the bets so far.
Except for the ones in Chicago where you beat me in golf, and then I faded you. In the bar, and you won that trade. So I guess we're even then. Technically.
Yeah. But the ones for slow markets here on air, you're 2-0. You're undefeated. I got to do better. We can't let it. I gotta make a comeback here. So. All right, chat. I will be here bright and early tomorrow morning. I just posted that. Slow markets, trade of the night again. Short gold. I forgot to put that because the people on the Twitterverse need a little bit of help. They can't really put 2 to 2 together all the time, to be honest. So, yeah, gotta update that. Thanks, Baron. Thanks again, man.
Thanks, Dakota.
Take care, everybody.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye.